Welcome, another lockdown workshop. Back on the Planet X carbon cyclocross again, part 4. So quick recap, last time we got it all chained up, we got the gear assembly on for the back, and then the last part was drilling out the bushings around the other side to feed a cable through for the gears, because the inners got damaged inside there and the cable run doesn't go through anymore. So we've now got a piece of cable that runs all the way through. So next time, these were tuned up. These are a bit of a pig. I did go and check how these are set up, seeing as I'm now reading the manual on SRAMs. And weirdly, these set up exactly the same as the Shimano ones, whereas the SRAMs on, nope, not them, the Force ones that I had on the other bike, the pink one, they set up completely different. So they these move exactly the same as a Shimano. They just move on that, whereas the other ones are on like a pantographed things, so they swing out as they go. So you'd have to set them up completely different. These are still just as finicky. They are very tight tolerances, more than the Shimano, but it's all set up now and it's perfect. It's not jumping off the ring. I've just had a couple of minutes fiddling with it and I think we've got it. The only question on this one is whether or not the back sprocket is worn, which won't really be able to tell. I've had a look at the teeth. They look okay, but the trouble is you're comparing them against other worn teeth. So we'll know when Jerry starts riding it, because it'll start jumping and then we'll have to stick a new sprocket on. But that's literally a 2-minute job. It is, because I've done one in the car park for somebody who had exactly the same problem. We weren't sure, we left it, and then when he rode it the first time it was jumping, so we just stuck him a new cog on, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, did it in the car park next to his car, and we were off. Right, so today, what have we got left to do on this? I've got to put the front brakes on, which need cleaning. They're in a right old mess. I think I know how to set these up. They're very similar to Mint School BMX that started using cable disc brakes. These actually have got double adjusters, so they adjust from both sides, so they're a lot more tunable than the BMX ones that just adjust from one side. So hopefully clean them up, get the new brake pads on. As you can see, there was very little left on that one, and I think that was the better of them, to be honest. Yeah, I think that was the, yeah, you can see it's down. Needs doing anyway. So these all need cleaning up. We'll get them on, get them set up properly, and then all I've got to do then is just sort out the axle on the front wheel that has got a bit of play in it. So I'll repack it with grease, clean it all out, take the play out of it. Hopefully that'll be okay. We won't have the same problem we had with James' bike, where the cups were absolutely knackered on it. And then all we've got to do is put the bar tape on, but they've decided they want to go with black bar tape now, not the blue bar tape they originally bought, because I think she got confused and thought she was buying it for that one. Which, that one's ready to go back. Nothing wrong with that one, apart from we've just got to make a decision on what we do with that back tub. And we've gained another one. So we picked this one up last night. This one needs a bit of a rush job doing. They're going away this weekend abroad, and they want to take the bike with them. And I'll be honest, that bottom bracket isn't bottom bracketing very well, so I suspect it's just full of shite. I'm hoping, if not, because it's that one's a Shimano, I have possibly got somewhere in here. Nope, not that one. Let's have a look. We have got them bottom bracket bearings, standard. I've got a set of Shimano's and I've got a set of SRAMs. I've even got the plastic inserts, so I can do a full bottom bracket rebuild, or worst case scenario I can stick that one in for her, because that one's actually been done. So and then I can work on that one at my leisure, and at least it gets her on her way. Chain's okay, check the chain on it. So, but I do have a set of Shimano chains in stock. Right, camera cut off. Anyway, let's get cracking. Where's all the bits I need to clean? 1, 2, 3. Put them in there, don't need them. Don't want to lose them. They can stay there like that. Is that the other one? That's the other one. That one. That's that one. Spring, squeegee, obscene. Right, sorry. Just give these a quick blast over. Right, a minute. The last few bags have come in here have been absolutely filthy. That's a little bit better. As long as I get it all off. There seems to be quite a lot of oil on this as well, which isn't a good thing for disc brakes. So I have already cleaned the the brakes off with some brake cleaner. Oh, I'm missing a bit. I'm missing a bit. Probably speed through this bit. Yeah, I think we're getting there now. Right, just need to pop this apart. Bear with me, I'm coming back. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember they're painting up the back side of these. Because the other one I need to get to is behind there. There we go. A bit better. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Wish I had a heater in this. My hands are freezing. It sounds like the dog's got the postman again. There we go. Stick them there. That looks like a good one. Stop recording. Are you back with us now? Right. as I was saying, I just dried these off. I'll start reassembling one of the sets. They've got thread lock on, but it is brakes and they do get warm, so we'll just throw it all over the floor. Scoop some of that up because I'm tight and from Yorkshire. Strictly I'm not. Right, anti-rattle bracket. That goes that way up. Tell it goes that way up because you can still see the witness marks. You do need these. These stop the pads from flapping around. Some of the kits did have replacement ones of them, and I've never had to replace them before unless they've got damaged. And that goes for motorbikes too. Anywho, so the only problem with having a woodworking workshop and a mechanical workshop is you just end up with wood on everything. Why have I got the feeling that I am flogging a dead horse with that one? I think that one goes possibly in there. Yep, I think it's the longer one I need. Come on, hoover it up. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Come on, stop being fiddly. Right. I appear to have misplaced a bolt. Oh, I haven't. It's in that one. I didn't take it out because it's a right pig to get to. Breathe in, you're on camera. You see that all right? Come on, bite. Did about 20 pair of hands to do this. Right, so that one's together. That one can go back on the bike. Brake pads. Give these a whirl. If you get the original SRAM ones, they were about £30 for sintered and about £25 for unsintered. And some of them went out of stock, but the Clark's ones were a fraction of that amount. I can't remember the amount of money, but it was something ridiculous like £7 or £10 a set. for fully sintered. And I've used these pads before, and they come with a new spring as well. So my hands are nice and clean, because that's important. Make sure you haven't got any grease or crud all over your fingers. Do check these tension springs, because some of the ones that are made out of Chinesium are a little... So were you? Right. Yeah, I was just saying that some of these springs, you do need to check them when you're fitting them, because some of them are made out of Chinesium and are a little bit suspect. So what there is, there's a little knobble on there, and you've got to get the brake pad over them, and they're a different size hole as well, so they will only fit in one place. So they go in, and hopefully that's it. They are, oops, not quite. Got something to prod it with. Small screwdriver. You'll do. Not what you should be using your electrical screwdriver for. There we go. So another go at that one. Right, that looks like they're in. Right, so what you're looking for is just to make sure that they are sat hard against the plates. They are in evenly, which they are. There's only one way these can go, so you can't put them in the wrong side, because they have a big hole and a little hole. So in theory, that's you can see that they're working. All we need to do is just make sure that these are wound back all the way, which that one isn't quite, I don't think. And perhaps it is. And that's it. All we need to do is shove them on now and then adjust these down so they're just skimming on the brakes, and then jobs are good. And we have one of them and one of them. Got them the right way round. I don't think there's a thinner one, is there? And depending on which one, you've got yours, you've got yours. Right, some little rubber boots as well that sit on the end of that to just keep the muck out of it, but I think they've got turned around the wrong way, so we just need to give them a quick prod to get them out. Nope, that's the wrong way. Can't say what that looked like, or YouTube will be kicking me off. There you go, I don't know if you can see that. So that sits on there, and then the cable passes through that, but what you're better off doing is actually putting that on the cable first, and then putting a little dab of grease on your finger to rub around there to get that to seat on nicely. But that is essentially back together now. So that goes on there, that goes on there. That one's ready to go on. So we just got to build the other one now and find somewhere of putting this down so they don't fall off. Or I could just put it back on the bike, to be honest. Don't move. Right, so this one now. Give it a quick wipe down, get the moisture off it. Same thing again. Slot them back together. That goes in there. That one goes in there. You know, that bit of muck that I didn't get to. Ah, schoolboy. Now I think you can drop these in without. Yeah, there we go. Another set of brake pads. Somewhere there's another set of brake pads. Hopefully. Or I'm pretty sure when I ordered these, the brake pads came as a pair, 2 pairs. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that they have only sent 1 pair. I will have to check what Jerry ordered. Well, because I haven't got any of them. Right then. Or have I? I might have another set somewhere. Stop recording. I'm starting to wonder if this bike is cursed. I've just come to try and assemble this one. I was having a few problems and then I realised the plunger mechanism isn't returning in. I have no idea why. Yeah, pretty sure it's not supposed to do that. Wind that back in. That looks like it's sticking out. I think I'll blow that out. Make sure there's no grit stuck in there. The actual plunger mechanism doesn't look like it's fouled at all. What I will do is put a dab of grease on the bearing surface. No, I won't. I'll leave it. I've never had to grease these before. So let's see if we can just work out why it won't go all the way back in now. I suspect it's got something to do with that clip ring there. There we go. Aha! Now we're in. That's where it should be. It wasn't. It was stuck out proud of that. So that should now go. Yep, that's much better. That's where it's supposed to be. Right. Well, while we've got it open, let's do it the cheats way. Is it to me, or do they just not fit in this one as well as they did in the other one? because we like a challenge. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Right. Start again. Interesting, even when you try to put them in this way, they just still don't want to fit. Right. Good move. Still not sat correctly. They are just awkward. Can't even see which bit of it's not clicking into place. That's where it should be. One of these does look. No. Try that. Was slightly out of line. Because you should be able to slide these up without having to take the caliper to pieces. But they just do not want to seem to both line up together, should we say. I know there's people that swear by these, but do you know what? Hydraulic brakes are a lot less faff. Set them up once and they just work. Right, now that one won't go in. God, what is it with these brakes? Ah! They just will not line up. So that clip does look slightly bent. Explosion! See me going back to doing it the way I'm supposed to do it. Oh, I've put that on the wrong way around. Somebody's getting to me, and one of the pads just won't sit down in its hole. I don't know why. It's not sat down again. Why won't you sit down? Try it again. Well, it's going back together like that now. I'll put the wrong sized one in there again. Yep. Oh, at last. They are truly horrible. I just left it behind altogether. Right, back in. Let's see what we're doing. Come on, give over being fiddly now. You've had your fiddly moment. After much cussing and swearing, we eventually managed to get them aligned. That's where you tell me I've got it on upside down now. Right, we're just going to snug them up, nothing too tight, because I've got to put the wheel on first to realign them. I'm not going to do that until we've done the bearings. You could argue I should have done the bearings first. Ooh. That's it. Dust cover on. Bottom dust cover on. We all happy? Yes, indeedy. I'm doing my leg. Don't actually know where the adjusters are for these or if there are any. Nope. There are no adjusters. So I guess you just purely adjust the brakes. Nope. Ooh. Right, I can wash the back wheel now. Really, I've put this on the wrong side, haven't I? Can you see if I put you there? Look up. There we go. What a surprise. The bits have fallen off this one too. Oh, see, now I'm back with I can't get past here again now, aren't I? Oops. Get your leg stuck. Just move you back. Can you see that? Yeah, you'll do. So the thing is, when you pads with these brakes, because of the way they adjust, there's a lot of manual fudgery has to go on. It's not bad. What I'm looking for now is if we're moving the so they want to go that way a little bit. So with hydraulics they move on both sides, but on these they only move on one side, so you've got to make sure you get the play in the right place. Because the idea is then you adjust that big one at the back. Gone completely the wrong way now. Let's try the other trick I've done with these in the past when I've had trouble. Is just dial that up a couple. Snug that down that far. Right, and then back that off. Perfect. Then all you need to do is dial that one in. Right. Helps if you don't put it on upside down. Oh, we're going to get lucky with this one. So I'd have to cut the frilly bits off. Oh, look at that. Question is now we're going to be lucky with this one. Oh, something has gone right. Right, I'll just sneak past you. Whoops, daisy. You're on the seesaw. Right, I think that needs pulling a bit more. I suspect I've got a bit of play in the cable somewhere. we like to make things easy, not having an adjuster on these is actually quite a bit of a pain. I think there is a stop. Yeah, there's a stop adjuster there that you can wind to move it up, but we'll it's a bit better. Right, so now what I can try and do is centre these up a bit better. Yeah, I know, I should have stood around the other side. So you want to have none of this with disc brakes, they just set themselves up once you've got them centred. That's good. I'm getting a nice, much firmer response now. Right, that's that one done. Wheel. Onto the wheel. Now I've had a quick look at this and it feels smooth enough. It's just got play in it. So what I'm going to do first is just nip it up. And then we'll see where we go from there. Because as a general rule with these, you're better off not getting into them unless you really have to. I think there are 17 these, or it could be a 15 or a 16. Depends. Because we used to have standards and we don't seem to have standards anymore. They are a 17. And what's the 13? So. Okay, that's gone. There might be a little bit of grit in there. No, it's gone. Most of the play's out of that now. Right, all the play's out of that now. Right, this is the worst bit. This is trying to get this on without disturbing it and then tightening that outer bit up. Which I was right, was a 17. Without the axle in the middle moving. Now I was watching that then, that might have moved a tad. Oh, no, we're okay. It's going to need repacking next time, but I think as far as that goes, we'll call that a win. We've got away with that one. If I had to guess, it's probably the bearing on the brake disc side that's got a little bit of muck in it, but we may have avoided a massive pain at the backside with that one. So all we've got to do now is just make sure it's nipped up. Nope, no plate. Brilliant. I thought that was going to be a massive piece of work. And we're back with it. Right then, let's stick these on. As I say, I've already cleaned the discs on this one. Oh! Right, let's shift you out of the way now. Can you see there? Right, a lot of play with this. Let's see which way it's going. Nearly there. So remember, we wind this one in, then we wind it back. Just starting to drag. Oh, nearly there. Right, so I'll just centre these up a bit. Put my off again. Then we'll call that a win. Stick some ends on that. Come on, don't be awkward. Got it. Where did I put the tool? Tool. That's it. Back together. So I've just got to put the hoods back on. And put the tape back on, and then we are good to go. So we will call that a wrap with this. Brakes are on. Play's gone out the front wheel. That's spinning lovely now. Brakes are a little bit draggy, but they are new pads, so that's sorted out. New chain. All we're waiting for is tape. Once we get the tape on, I'll close this video up. We'll do it all as this part because we love putting tape on, don't we? And I'll probably speed do that one just so it finishes it up, because these videos are getting a bit long tonight.